Now entering the atmosphere of Planet Zero. Scanning for signals. Incoming broadcast. Shift destination. CSS Space Journal. Begin transmission.
So on a scale from 0 to 10, what threat level to the world would you say Killer Croc would be?
I just want to take a moment before I answer that question and welcome everyone to the book club from Planet Zero.
Oh, are we recording now?
We are recording now. We are live on air, except for
everyone
this is
on
a pre-recorded session.
Everyone on Planet Zero will be able to hear this live.
Yep, that's right. Everyone on Planet Zero will be able to hear this live, which is you, me, and the creature wherever he is.
Also, that middle-aged lady that lives above us that's renting the.
She has the studio above us, and she watches soap operas in there. And I guess I've never seen the train conductor from the train from Planet Zero, but I hear the train often. I don't know if it's an automated thing.
I hear it too.
But he might be there.
Well,
so at least we have at least 3 listeners right now, which is I think is a good base.
Well, she's usually watching her soap operas, which is
we have 2.5 listeners right now, which I think is a good base.
We try to schedule this to where she's not here because she visits or whatever. But the weird part is she always here when we're here, so it's weird to get our schedule.
But welcome to episode 2 of the book club from Planet Zero, Revenge of Planet Zero.
The Revenge of Planet Zero.
And to answer your question, Eric, Killer Croc, I'd say, well, I'm gonna give him like a solid 4.
A 4?
Yeah, because he's strong and he is a meta-human, but I don't think Waylon is he's not like a plans guy.
No, he's all muscle.
Yeah, no, he is muscle.
So what if Killer Croc, Bane,
okay,
and Solomon Grundy all team up?
I feel like Bane is that Solomon Grundy, spooky, and Killer Croc. Yeah, sure, he's a big crocodile man, but I feel like Bane is the actual threat there.
You mean just Bane?
Just Bane.
Okay, but what world level threat would you say Bane is? Has he done anything on a massive scale, or
he took over Gotham and made the world
what
government's...
is that? He takes over Jersey, New Jersey. Who cares?
Wow.
If you're from New Jersey, please like and subscribe. Whatever this is on.
Leave a review on Apple.
Leave a Yelp review.
All right, but we're back again. We've got some more reading done. I'm on volume.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing?
We're supposed to be talking about what we're reading.
Oh, yeah, homework. That's right.
The homework that we had for each other the last time we recorded.
We should talk about that maybe.
Yeah, I really, Eric.
Yes.
We've hung out since last recording, and I haven't been good about it because I want to talk about One Piece so bad.
You go first.
That I do talk about One Piece with you sometimes outside
but you know
of
what?
the studio.
But I can tell that you're full of pumped up One Piece energy. You really want to talk about it out loud. But before we get to that, let's talk about Mooncog.
That's fine. I'll talk about Mooncog.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't.
How'd you like the Hulk magazine stuff? Good, right? You got to meet Randall.
Rand. There's so much shit that happens in these fucking Hulk magazine shit. Excuse me while I open these. Oh, this stuff. Oh. Let me just try and move my little mic over, because I mean this art thief thing.
Yeah,
it goes way
that's Mogart,
all
right?
over the place.
Is that Mogart?
Mogart? No, hold on. Where's that guy?
He fights a lot of art thieves. There's one real notable one.
He fought this villain, right? And he was behind this first he was investigating murders, then he's investigating art thief, then he's investigating terrorism and nuclear arm deal, and in the end the main villain, who was like, I was plotting this whole elaborate thing from the beginning, I just wanted to fight you, Moon Knight, please, here, have a glass, just like the guy who's like, here, have a beer, now here's a glass of wine instead kind of guy. And it's like, and we're like, why do you want to fight me? And the guy's all like, because me and you are the same, Moon Knight. I'm like, what? Look at me, I am a freak. I am a part of the world. Even though I'm handsome, but if I rip off my shirt, I'm hairy. I'm a freak, Moon Knight. Yeah, you remember him?
Yeah, that dude.
No, it's lame, and then
He's like a werewolf almost.
not really.
Kind of.
He's just
He
hairy.
is just hairy.
he's a hairy chest, and
He's got really hairy mud chops.
I hate these villains.
Yeah, they don't.
Fighting these old ass villains.
They
Conqueror Lord, Art
Conqueror
Thief
Lord.
Man, whoever the Spider-Man. When he was fighting Spider-Man, there was the French Cyclone guy.
Oh, you didn't like the Cyclone guy?
No, he kept saying Z.
Frenchie says Z, and you love Frenchie.
Well, his name's Frenchie.
Yeah, and he's also Mark's helicopter pilot. That's my boy.
He's the only guy that calls him Mark.
That is true.
You know,
well, that's because he knew him in the. He was his.
That
well,
dumb,
you haven't read
that dumb chick always calling him Steven.
Marlene?
Yeah.
That's because she's in love with Steven. Remember, they're different people, technically.
That's right. He's going to cuck himself. She's going to date Mark Spector, and then Steven Grant's like,
you
got to
stop bringing
fuck?
up how he cucks himself, because I'm going to spoil something from 2017.
You're like, every time
it's a 2017. You're still in the 70s, and you need to get to 2017 for you to understand how funny the joke you're making is.
See, I'm way ahead of my time, people. I'm making these jokes all the way back in the 70s.
Anytime you're like, he cucks himself, I'm like, I can't spoil.
You don't.
I could, because it's not that important.
So that's why you always get excited when I say the word cuck. I thought it was. Anyway.
I don't get excited every time you say the word cuck. I want to put that on the record right now.
Yeah, let's say that's the bit.
Let's say that's a bit. No, let's confirm the fact that that's a lie, a bold-faced lie.
Anyway,
how dare you?
I guess there's nothing else to say.
How do you like the supporting? No, because as much as I want to talk about One Piece and slip up and talk to you about it outside of here, you talk to me about Moon Knight sometimes.
It's just.
What about Jeeves?
Jeeves. Samuels. You mean that
Samuels.
guy who was only there for. Oh wait, I like the waitress.
Yeah.
At the
Gina.
It's cool. You know what is cool about this guy, about this Moon Knight, is that each alter ego
has his own friend
has
group.
his own supporting cast, because
Yeah.
every superhero needs a human supporting cast,
and he's three people technically, so he's got three supporting casts.
Yeah.
They all eventually collide, kind of.
I don't like that.
Well, I mean, Frenchie's like the mutual friend of everyone. But like Frenchie and Mark, and then it's Gina, Crowley.
It's crazy. He's just the guy that comes
Jake
in.
Jake is the most popular one when you think about it.
Oh yeah, his
because he's got Gina, Crowley,
his boss,
who loves him.
And don't get an also there, buddy.
Would it surprise you if I told you that guy becomes a super important character to Moon Knight?
Oh, he's the next Conqueror Lord?
He's nothing. He's no one. That's the only time he's ever shown up.
I can't wait for Conqueror Lord to show up again at some point.
You said this last episode.
Imagine you picking up the next issue of Moon Knight and then and there he is.
I need to
Conqueror
pick up the
Lord.
next issue of Moon Knight. Conqueror Lord.
He was like, I'm gonna take over the world, and now he's
by
not.
killing the mayor of New York City. Small steps into big steps. Gets beaten by Moon Knight, a character who doesn't even have his own book yet.
The very first Moon Knight villain.
God, dude.
Do you believe the very first Moon Knight villain was himself? Because he fought that werewolf guy?
I don't know if that tracks what you just said, but kind of.
Don't worry, your brain will get there soon enough.
Kind of.
Mine's still catching up.
Yeah. He did like bust out a rapier to fight him too. Look
there
at him.
He is.
He has like a cutlass. Look at him. He looks like a goddamn werewolf.
This guy is literally the worst fucking villain. He is the worst. We're the same villain.
This is the last villain before he fights his brother, right? Because after this, he fights his brother for 2 issues.
He fights his big brother.
His big brother,
which I thought was a cool, subtle reveal of like which alter ego is the real Moon Knight. Because I always was like wondering who was the real Moon Knight. So it's kind of cool later when he's like, I gotta go kill my brother, Randall Spector. And I'm like, whoa.
So yeah, well, you got to think you're still in guest spots right now, man. Like you just got to Moon Knight issue #1, right? So like you still are getting kind of like drip fed Moon Knight lore. Like they're just fitting in what they can.
That's my favorite type of fed.
Yeah, because he's already established,
fed.
right? Like he's just kind of going on random adventures. You didn't get really his origin story. You don't know how he came to be. You don't know how he got his powers, if he has any powers. Like you're just kind of getting drip fed stuff. Like you read 40 issues of comics before you find out he has a brother because they didn't decide he had a brother until they were like, oh, he gets another appearance. What if he has a brother who's crazy too? And their whole thing is that they played cowboys and
It's
Indians
all
when they were kids.
okay. That was pretty cool.
That was the
That was pretty
flashbacks.
sweet. Yeah.
And his
And
brother
then
was
another Moon Knight villain that kills himself. Classic.
you don't know how classic it is.
In a
You
Marvel.
don't know how much of that trope stands true.
Back in this day.
Back in basically
all- you
all
think-
of there's only one Moon Knight villain that he like pushes off a roof in front of a bunch of people.
Is that
But
just
all
like
of them fall near, like they fall to their death near Moon Knight.
is that like a
kind of.
common thing for like comic book villains back in the day? If you ever just want to kill them off, just
Kinda.
because you don't want the hero killing them. That's sad. Just have themselves.
Yeah.
Like that Zodiac guy, Scorpio. He was so sad that his amazing invention turned out to be just a bunch of dudes.
Just a bunch of losers.
There's a bunch of
fucking dweebs.
Aquarius. You just shot water at him once, and then he's just like, "All right, I'm done with this battle. I'm just gonna find the defenders." Heck no.
The fucking Hulk's here. Fuck that.
I found it. I found the part where the non-werewolf guy's like, "We are alike." Wait, we are alike. I think.
I think I'm
We,
not.
we cherish the old ways. We settle accounts ourselves and more. We relish it. No, you can say that with most characters. Why do you just pick
Just
Moon
being a
Knight
freak,
out of
dude.
it? I just
You're telling me that's not a werewolf?
I
Look
always
at those
hate.
fangs. He has
It's-
fangs for some reason. He
He's-
rips open
well,
his shirt.
he
He
look-
shows
he's
how
just-
hairy he is.
It's not
and
even
then he
that bad.
snarls.
It's just a. It's,
Yeah, he's hairier
That's a-
on his head.
it's a normal like what's the word like a fur on his like a scuffle on his chest. It's not that bad.
A scuffle.
Yeah, whatever.
Stubble.
But it's only now that he mentions that he's a werewolf that his nose starts becoming like one.
Yeah. That's all you got to do is you got to say, "I am a werewolf," and then you become a werewolf.
All right,
Speaking
well,
of werewolves, dude, let's talk about One Piece because there's a guy who eats a house and then turns into a house, which technically makes him a warehouse.
and then he eats two guys.
And then he eats two guys.
And then he spits them out to tell their one guy.
Listen, I've read a few more fights since the Wapool fight.
Wapool?
I love the Wapool fight.
You liked Wapol?
I love him. He's my favorite fight so far.
I'm glad.
I like when he's.
That's your favorite.
That's my favorite fight so.
That's awesome. I think
Okay,
that's pretty
first-
cool.
All right, look. So I read volume 14 through. Well, actually, I read like volume 10 through 20.
Yeah,
Well,
where are
since
you
the
at?
last
You're on
time we-
19, right?
I finished 19. I'm in the middle of 20 right now.
Okay.
I fell asleep reading it last night. Dude, first off, Tony Chopper's here, which I was pumped for because I knew I was gonna like Chopper.
You like Chopper?
I like Chopper.
All right.
I think Chopper's cool.
I think I should put it out there before you go off. He is out of all the Straw Hats, he's my least favorite.
What?
Is that a hot take? That's a hot take right there.
He's your least favorite?
I like him. He's just out of all of them, like but no. Yeah, he's still my least favorite. But
I'm going to say
a
this,
lot of
and this
people
might,
like
I
him.
don't want this to make me sound sexist, but I know it's going to make me sound sexist. I don't like Nami. She screwed over the team like 4 times when she first joined them.
Yeah, that's her thing.
Sure, that's her thing. But like,
that's her character
kind of
arc.
a dick. Yeah, so.
I mean, to be fair, Usopp left Zoro to die with the fishmen. He was okay with that.
Oh, I want to make a correction. I was wrong last episode because you were like, he didn't make a mistake. What happened is Hawkeye shows up after Luffy tells them to go get Nami, like we talked about, and then Zoro gets bodied. And then at that point, Usopp and the two bounty hunter brothers, or one of the bounty hunter brothers, I think, go to Fishman Island. Because what I was thinking about how they all go to Fishman Island together, I was thinking about how Luffy, Sanji, and the guy who comes back go to Fishman Island
Yeah.
together, while Zoro and Usopp are.
Zoro and Johnny, yeah. It was
Zoro, Johnny, and Usopp are all doing.
They go there,
goofballs.
and then Yosaku came back to
Yep.
get Luffy.
Yep. Yeah. So I was mistaken. That's on me. That's that. We attribute. I'm gonna attribute that to me reading these super fast.
Yeah, party foul on Christian's part.
Yeah.
So
unfortunate.
Wapol,
Well, let's talk. Well, okay. So let's talk about because what I have, the stack I have in front of me, which is most freshly in my mind, is 14 through 19. Right, and also I guess I read the Arlong fight too, which I'm not a fan of the.
You don't like the
I'm
Arlong
not.
fight?
I'm not a big fan of the Arlong fight.
that was like one of my favorite fights, honestly. I just like
Luffy spent most of it at the bottom of the ocean.
Remember in the wax fight where most of that fight he
That's
was
what I want to talk
hypnotized?
about. I want to talk about the wax fight.
Remember how in
Because you said Mr. 3 was the boy, and I adamantly
yeah
disagreed with you because
until
I did not like him until he came back.
Yeah.
I sealed myself inside of a wax ball right before I was swallowed whole.
He's the man. Remember he just showed up at the meeting like I know I wasn't
Yeah, he was
invited
like,
to
I
the
know I
meeting.
failed. I know I wasn't invited, but hear me out. I'm here, Crocodile. And Crocodile's like, yeah, go into this pit.
All right, you die now.
You die now.
Are you telling me you didn't finish your job?
Get out of here, Mr. 3.
I'm glad you're a Mr. 3 mark now. I got you on that.
Let's clear that up. I'm not a Mr. 3 mark. I just like that he came back twice. But no, the wax fight's great, dude. I love the wax fight. Mostly not the fight itself, but like what's going on in the background, like Zoro trying to cut his fucking legs off because he's like, I know what I'll do. I'll cut my legs off, and Nami's like, that's a dumb idea. Who's gonna cut their fucking legs off to run away? And Zoro's like, no, shut up. I'm gonna cut my legs off so I can fight.
Who says anything about running away? I'm cutting my legs to fight.
I'm cutting my fucking legs off so I can fight this
She says,
weirdo.
like, you're going to bleed to death. And he's like, I'll get there once my legs are cut off.
He's like, I'll worry about that later.
I still got to cut them off.
Yeah, and then he gets like halfway through his leg and he's like, I gave up.
Can I tell you something right now?
Mm-hmm.
Those scars on his legs, they're always there.
Yeah,
for the
as
rest
they should
for the
be.
rest
He
of
tried
the-
to cut his fucking legs off.
For the rest of the series, you'll always have those scars on his
Just
legs.
like he'll always have the Hawkeye scars, I hope.
Oh, yeah, dude. You know what? Yeah.
I love that Usopp, like, he's a weakling, but he doesn't hesitate. Like, I guess he does hesitate sometimes, but, like, he'll get into a fight.
He'll go in, yeah.
Like, he'll go into a
Balls
fight.
deep. Do
Like,
you like the hypnotizing girl with the paint?
Yeah,
Where,
she's
like,
pretty
Luffy,
cool.
Luffy's
Yeah,
trying
she makes you feel whatever emotion the paint color is.
He's like, oh, hold on, guys, I gotta laugh while they're dying.
Yeah.
They're like, no. There he is,
There
right
he
there.
is.
He's laughing.
Never mind that. I gotta laugh.
He's-
Jesus. Yeah, no, I like the fight. I like the fight. I really just like what Zoro's doing. Zoro's my favorite character.
oh yeah, and he struck a pose.
Because he's like,
like,
all right,
"What?"
I guess I'm not getting out of here. If we're gonna become wax statues, might as well strike a pose.
He's
and then
right.
Nami's like, this is no time to be an idiot. And he's like, this is no time to not have a pose. Like, you're gonna be a wax figure who looks lame.
You're gonna be. You know
Like,
what?
it's moments like those where I'm like, yeah, this is a 19-year-old kid. Like, he's 19. Yeah,
He shouldn't be drinking.
there's some moments where I'm like, Zoro feels a little older, and then he's like, I'm gonna cut my legs off to fight, and it's like, nah, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
just
you're a
some
delinquent.
young dumb punk. I love it. Let me. I have some pictures that I took, but yeah, no, I and then the what island is that they go to? Oh,
Drum Island.
Drum
The
Island.
Chopper
yes.
Island.
Yes, I like all of the Drum Island stuff a lot.
You remember when they see a freaking bear walking by and they freaked out, but they're like, no, the bear is a holy creature. And then later this big fat woman's walking by and they bow to her like you're supposed to do to the bear, and they're like, no, that's my wife. You used to look in those pictures.
God.
I like the mountain climb. That mountain climb was pretty cool.
I like that they went to go climb the mountain and then they were like, shit, the doctor is in the town. They don't need to be climbing that mountain right now.
They're like, we gotta stop them.
I like the reason they went to Drum Island because Nami got sick, and then Vivi's like, isn't there anyone who knows medicine? And fucking Usopp and fucking Luffy are like, she does, the one who's sick.
That's so fucked up. Wait a minute. I know who knows. I think we know who can solve Nami's sickness.
It's Nami.
Nami. Hey, oh, she's sick.
Yeah. God, no, but I love that they're just like, we used to have a bunch of doctors. Now there's just this crazy old witch who comes down and takes whatever the hell she wants. Like that kid was like, "Ow, my tummy hurts," and she's like, "Here's some Pepto-Bismol."
She fucking broke his leg. Remember?
Yeah.
He's like,
he's
does
like-
this? My tummy hurt. Well,
like,
does this
he's
hurt?
Like, my head hurts, and she just fucking breaks his leg. He's like, "Ah, my leg," and she's like, "But you're not worried about your head now, are you? I'll be taking your entire stock."
And then the kid's like, "It's okay, Dad. I'm feeling better now. What did you do to him? You like how all the doctors just are just there to put Wapple back together? Your first cyborg of the series,
Lapool?
Wapple.
He's a cyborg?
Did you see how they put him together? The
I,
doctor. That's why he has all those doctors on him.
huh. I don't
There's
remember that.
there was a skit where like they put him back together and they forgot his head and he's like, "Where's my head? I'm about to go out to fight." And they're like, "Wait, King, we gotta put your head back on."
I like it that
You didn't take a picture of that
No.
of Wapple without his head.
No, I didn't.
Uh,
I did not take a picture of that.
I would.
I like that they were underprepared for the snow. Like they didn't have jackets, so like
Zorro had
Zorro-
to mug somebody for a
well
jacket.
yeah well that was after he like went ice bathing and then he like popped out like the avalanche happened and he popped out the other side and he was fucking shirtless and no shoes and he was like, hey, I've seen that uniform before. I'm gonna go fight that guy and then they're about to fight Wapple at the fucking castle and like Luffy's like, goddamn, it's cold, and Sanji's like, you're just now coming to realize that it's cold outside,
or just like Luffy right here when
yeah,
he's so
it's cold, and fucking Sanjay and fucking
Usopp are like, you
just noticed.
I like how dumb they are.
I love it. I was talking about this with like I was saying earlier, like I really don't see this as a normal shonen. It's almost a gag manga. In all honesty,
It's a comedy,
dude.
right?
It's honestly more.
Sometimes it
yeah,
feels like a comedy, really.
a lot of the time it just feels like a straight comedy. To be honest, and I'm getting it, dude. I'm getting Nakama. I know what you mean.
You see, finally getting Nakama.
I'm
It took
finally-
20 volumes.
It took
people.
20 volumes, but I'm getting it. It
He
was
gets it.
honestly, it was the Tony Chopper arc, his
Oh, really?
backstory arc with Dr. Hiruluk.
Yeah, Dr. Insano.
That's not his name. That's not his name. I like that fucking. They were like, this mushroom can heal anything because it's got the skull and crossbones.
And then he poisoned him. Because he's an idiot kid who doesn't know how to read a medical book.
Because he's like, pirates fix everything, right? And the old witch is like, you idiot.
Your boy killed his dad. How do you feel about that?
He didn't kill. No, he didn't kill him.
Yeah,
he was
okay.
already sick.
I was just making him look
And
bad.
he had a plan to sacrifice himself to give the people of
Drum Island
hope.
Well, fuck that. Let's go back to Alabasta.
One more thing about Drum Island. Two more things about Drum Island. Maybe three. Honestly.
Damn, you got me.
I could have a fourth one.
Go ahead. This is your time to shine.
No, so like I was saying, like it's not a normal shonen. So like the character, like the main character isn't there. He can't join the fight and help the weaker supporting cast because he's coming back from the dead, because he's still training in the hyperbolic blah 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 blah. He's still, he's in a meditation. Oh, he's healing still. Luffy's just like, I'm cold. I need to go find a jacket. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? And
That's what's holding back the fight.
yeah, like they're fighting Wapple, and he's just like, I'm chilly. And then Sanji's just like, go find a coat. And he's like, I will do that. And then they run.
Sanji's like, I'll
And
take care. I'll take care of this was Luffy
Yeah.
because I do the British accent.
Take
Not
care
British.
of
I'm
this,
sorry,
Luffy.
the Brooklyn accent.
The
Hey,
Joey
Loof.
Wheeler.
Hey, Loof.
Hey, Loof.
Hey, Loofs.
My
That's what-
sister Serenity.
My
Wait,
sister.
no, hold
Oh,
on.
wait.
Wrong anime.
What the fuck is going on here?
God, I love Chess. What's the other guy's name? Chess and what?
Fuck. I just call him Chimmy Chummy and Nefario.
Chimmy and Nefario.
That's Wapple's two dudes, the Afro guy and the chest.
He uses afros to fight. Like, how would you?
The sticky afro. This isn't a devil fruit power. That's just his weird hair.
Jesus. I didn't expect to have so many devil fruit users. I thought it was going to be a more rare thing. I'm
Yeah,
be
it
real
felt
with
like
you.
that in the beginning, right?
Yeah, like they were like, oh, the legendary devil fruit, and then like every volume, there's at least two devil fruit users.
They say that the devil fruit only grows in the Grand Line.
Okay.
Cause so it's somewhere like in the East Blue Saga. In the regular oceans, they don't. That's a rare occurrence.
You know why we do it? You know why we could remember Chess's name and not the Afro dude?
Why?
Because his name is Kuromarimo.
Let me see that guy. And the other guy's just Chess.
And the other guy's just Chess.
Chess and Kuromarimo.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we couldn't remember his name.
These are the coolest guys that Oda will ever illustrate.
Is that true? What? I like Django after he wins the dance competitions.
He did it, yeah.
Then he had to hypnotize his friend that the friendship never happened.
Did you finish that cover page art?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he became a Navy guy.
He did, yeah.
Are you happy for him? He was
Um,
reformed.
I'm assuming that like all of those characters like eventually come back around to the main storyline, or most of them
Spoilers.
do. That's why he does the cover stories. That's like the whole thing with like Buggy is like Buggy, like
Came back.
they defeated him by tying up his body and removing the rest of him, right? And he was a real little. And then the cover stories were him or what Buggy's crew was up to. By the way, I watched the filler episode of like the Richie becoming the captain.
Is that a whole episode?
That's a whole episode.
Oh, Richie.
Well, it's not Richie as the captain. It's like it's the aftermath of Buggy's crew.
Okay.
That's another thing is I started watching One Piece now as like
That's
something
sad.
for like background noise. I don't really pay attention to it. It's just kind of to keep my memory fresh of what's going on.
Okay.
And then also to reinforce the fact that like if you're gonna get into One Piece, in my opinion, and you know, obviously if you're listening to this, I you know, you're reading comics, hopefully. Read the manga. Read the
Please.
manga. Because I can read one of these in about an hour, and an hour of watching One Piece, I think maybe gets you through 2 chapters
No,
of one of these.
they give you through a whole episode. 2 episodes is like I'm sorry, 2 episodes is like 1 chapter.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like that's nuts
That's
to
how
me.
that's how I feel. At least especially with the newer episodes.
I also like that like they went to the Drum Kingdom. This is the second thing I wanted to talk about the Drum Kingdom. They went to the Drum Kingdom and like they were looking for a doctor, right? And they get there, they're like, there's no doctors. There's one doctor.
Can't find her.
Can't find her, right? They meet Chopper. They think he's a monster. They chase him all around, right? And then he starts fighting, and Luffy starts liking him.
Yeah.
Right? And then Luffy's like, come and join our pirate crew. Come on, let's do it. Let's join our pirate crew. You should come with us, man. Be a pirate. You want to be a pirate? Right?
It became come join us to
you're cool.
you want to
You're
join
fucking
us.
cool. 7 transformations? A reindeer that can transform 7 times? That's nuts. And then like
They're on the boat.
he gets them to agree, and Luffy's like, yeah, woohoo. And then
They're all celebrating on the
I
boat.
think Nami's like, well, this is before the boat because Nami's like, finally we found our doctor. And
No,
then,
this was on. I remember this scene. They were on the boat. They were celebrating a new crew member, and then they brought
up the fact that he's a doctor.
Nami
and
brought it up, and Luffy
Luffy's
and
like,
the rest of the gang were like, "Whoa, we got a doctor on our crew."
he was like, "Well, we recruited our doctor," and she was like, "Isn't that why you wanted to recruit him?" And he was like, "No, he's just a reindeer who can transform 7 times.
He's just a cool
That's
dude."
Dope.
Sanji was like,
Yeah,
fresh
Sanji was like,
He's
emergency food.
meat supply." Yeah. How do you feel about his bro, Aso?
Ace is cool.
What?
Ace is he just showed up for
What?
me. I think it's interesting. I don't know because like the whole manga starts with Luffy in the town interacting with Shanks,
Yeah.
and there's no allusion to the fact that like he has a brother. There's no mention. You know what I mean? And he says he left the village 3 years before me. The kid stuff with Luffy happens 9 years before he leaves, which means Ace would have been in the village at the time.
You'll find out later.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll just let you know he wasn't living in the village that Luffy was in.
Okay.
You can tell by their mother's name, or I mean their maiden names. They probably don't have the same mummy or Dada.
I love how much fucking Zoro just naps. I can really relate to that.
He naps.
He naps. That man naps. So, and then the last thing I'll say about Drum Island arc is that there's that one part where Whirlpool's walking around the castle, and he's like, "Ugh, I ate too much today. Guess I better just eat myself."
Because he got stuck in the stairwell. I remember that.
Yeah, so he just eats himself, and I was looking at that, and I was like, only in One Piece is this allowed.
And then he pops out all hot and
skinny,
shit, like,
skinny as
yeah,
shit.
check me out.
Yeah, he's like slimming down, baby.
We got House Wapple. You got
Slim Wapple. You got Chess and that other guy, which I don't remember the name of, even though we just talked about it.
Kuromarimo.
Kuromarimo, baby.
I can't do it.
I can't. Yeah, I like the Alabasta stuff. I like that they get there. I like Smoker. I like that Smoker's hunting Luffy.
Yeah, it's
and
an
they
obsession.
always just kind of bump into him.
When they're not supposed to fight. He's like, we got more important shit to do. And they got the Navy on us.
Yeah, I also like that Luffy just recognizes that he can't beat Smoker.
Just run.
Yeah, he's just like, oh shit, no, I can't do anything against this guy's powers. Get out of here. Let's just go.
Let's-
He's smart. He's kind of battle savvy in that sense, right?
Yeah.
But then he's not. Then Luffy's not smart at all.
What is 19 and what do you see in
19,
19?
the ending of 19 is the start of the Crocodile Luffy fight in the middle of the desert.
Ah!
It's the start of it.
19 or wait, sorry, 18. I'm sorry, 20. You said 20?
No, I'm starting 20, so I'm currently reading them fighting in the desert. See, 19 ends...
Look at his arm. It's all shriveled up.
Yeah, that was weird, dude. I read that part. Yeah, see, 19 ends with Crocodile hooking Luffy off of the... What is it? The turtle? The crab. They find the crab.
Chopper found... Yes, sir, boy. He found a
Chopper
crab.
made friends with a big old crab, and they get him across the desert. Yeah, no, dude. God. Alabasta's kind of a blur to me right now.
There's a lot going on right now.
I will say I've been introduced to Nico Robin, right? What was her code name again?
Miss Sunday?
Miss Sunday, yeah. So I thought that's who that was when
Miss
I first saw
All
her.
Sunday,
but
yeah.
Oda also just draws all women to look exactly the same.
Oh, hot take.
So I like every girl looks like Nami with a different hairstyle. So when I saw her, I was like, she looks kind of like Nico Robin. But this could also just be one of the two faces that Oda knows how to draw on women.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's weird how you. It's funny how you realize this now. I feel like it took me a while to realize.
No,
notice
well,
that.
you and the creature were talking about it one day. About how everyone looks like Nami, all the females look like Nami, and then because I had that like pre-information in my head before I started reading, I noticed it right away.
There's a joke when we had a joke when Film Red came out, and it was supposed to well, look at Shanks's daughter that we never see before. I was like, wow, I can't believe Nami is Shanks' daughter.
Christ.
Because it looks just a different hairstyle. I know that's probably a hot take. A lot of people will kind of defend that that art style, which I love Oda's art style.
I love
just
the
want
art.
to say,
Don't get me wrong. I love the art style.
This is true that most women have the same body type and facial structure.
You know who you forgot to ask me about that I feel like you really wanted to ask me about? Bon Clay.
Why? I love Bon.
Fucking freak.
You don't like Bon Clay?
It's not that I don't like
Remember,
him. It's that he's a fucking freak.
He showed up on their boat.
Oh, come my way style.
Oh, come my way.
Oh, come my way style.
He like puts on a little show for them.
He's like, look, I'm a funny little guy.
He's like for those not listening. For those not listening, he's like this cross-dresser bounty hunter that on the enemy side. But before they found out he was an enemy, he gives them a little like show on their ship.
He sails through some fog. He ends up on the Straw Hat ship. And while he's on the Straw Hat ship, he decides to be like, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?"
He's like, "Well, since I'm on the boat, gonna give you."
You guys want to see what my super cool powers are?
Because of course, Luffy and Usopp and Chopper eat that shit up.
They do.
Because they're so bored. They don't have a musician yet.
And then they leave, and Vivi's like, "Yeah, that was fucking Mr. 2."
It was because he transformed into her father.
Yeah.
And it was like, guys, I don't want to alarm you, but
that
guy was probably an enemy. Because that was my father.
Fuck, man. It's interesting. I like that. One of the things I really like about One Piece right now is the like, they were in a mountain snow area, then they went to the desert. They were in like a jungle, like Jurassic area.
And then they're on Whiskey Peak, which is like a cowboy-esque kind of setting.
Is that the cowboy setting?
Yeah,
Are there more cowboy settings? Are there more cowboy settings?
Can you give me a second? I'm going through my One Piece data banks in my head.
Because I will say there's like cowboy covers that I love, and there's cowboy figures that I've seen that like.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Goddamn, are they
that
cool.
Cowboy figures are non-canon.
No, I know, but goddamn are they? Well, they're from the covers, the cover art.
Yeah, that's not canon. Cover art's not canon. I'm sorry to tell you that.
I didn't.
Who's your favorite organization? Who's your favorite Baroque's work member? So far, out of these guys right here, come on.
From this cover specifically?
Or I guess it doesn't have to be, but who's your favorite? Who really sparks your?
I like Miss Christmas.
Which one's that one? That's
the old lady. The
old lady.
The one who's always complaining.
Dude, in the 4Kids dub, her name was Miss Groundhog's Day.
Why?
Because she's a mole.
Insane. I like that Sanji's only motivation is to hang out with Nami. I love that he's just a simp. I get it.
There's a part where after they escape from Crocodile's prison, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta get out of here. We gotta find Chopper and whatever." And then Sanji's like, "Hold on, I got an idea. Nami, that perfume, put it on." And she's like, "Really? Like this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's fucking hot." It's not helping out. It's not helping out anybody.
It does help out because that's how Chopper finds him later. Chopper smells her
But
perfume. To
Sanji
find
didn't
her.
think that. He just wanted to smell her freaking
No.
skin because he's a freak.
I think he did. I think he did know that because he planned the whole thing. Because he like had Chopper run the distraction for getting chased by Crocodile.
I guess if you're a Sanji and Chopper fan, you
I'm a
think
Straw
that.
Hat crew fan. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the entire group of the Straw Hats because they're all
Yeah,
as a unit they're
all,
fantastic.
all bits aside, all jokes aside, I really do like every single Straw Hat member that comes in. Some more than less, but in the end, I think they're all great.
I like that Ace shows up and meets the rest of the Straw Hat crew, and everyone on the Straw Hat crew is like, "What a cool older brother." That guy's fucking cool. That's Luffy's older brother.
That's like
How the fuck did you end up like this, Luffy? If that's
That's-
your older brother,
that's real life kid stuff. Like,
Yeah.
wow, your older brother is so cool.
I do that to you all the time.
My older brother?
I think your older brother's cool as hell.
On planet 0.1. No, I'm just kidding.
0.1.
No, that's kidding. That's not where he's at. Which one do you think was her father during the different face changes?
This one.
That one.
It was that. No, it wasn't. I know what her father looks like. It's neither. It's none of those. God, look at them hanging out with Bon Clay.
Hanging out with a villain.
They don't even know it though. It's okay. I like these guys, the fighting fucking.
Oh, the fighting Dugons!
The fighting Dugons who
Yeah.
saved them later.
And then Luffy.
Luffy's like, oh, they're fighting Dugons? That's so cool. And he hangs out with them, and then they're like, we have to give them half of our fucking food for them not to follow you around, goddammit.
What happened was they what's it called? They poured out at one place. They parked their ship, you can say, at the shoreline. They get attacked by these fighting Dugon creatures. And they're like,
Vivi's like, just run. If you beat them, they'll become your disciples.
Luffy punches one, and Vivi's like, no, you just made the situation worse. now they're your followers.
Yeah, now they're your followers.
And then Luffy's like, all right, you gotta stand like this. And like, no, don't teach them. They're gonna like you more.
They're gonna like you more if you start training them.
And he's like, they're not gonna survive the desert, Luffy. You can't bring them with you. So the only way to keep them from following them is to give them half their food.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
God. I also love when they run out of all their food, but then that giant like sand dragon pops out
And they eat it.
and like Vivi's like, oh no, oh no, and Usopp's like, oh no, and then Sanjay, fucking Zoro, and Luffy are just like, oh, we're just gonna one hit this thing.
I like how you call him Sanjay.
It's what Sanji?
Yeah.
Sanji.
Where'd you get Sanjay?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to
Because you
read.
watch a lot of Sanjay and Craig growing up.
I actually don't even know what that is.
I'm not growing up. It probably came out when we were like. But yeah. What about the old guy who's constantly digging in the
Toto?
desert? Yeah.
Toto's cool. His son sucks. His son's old.
How dare his son rise?
How dare his son rise against an oppressive government?
That's
not even...
Son,
Okay, hold
why
on,
don't you
no,
come back and dig holes with your old
come back
man?
and dig holes? We'll find that water eventually, boy.
We'll find that water.
He's like, no, Dad, the king's using magic to steal all the rain.
No, it's here. You just gotta keep digging.
The king would never use magic to steal all the rain.
Praise
son.
King Cobra.
King Cobra?
That's his name. That's the king's name.
Oh, shit. Did I miss that?
Yeah,
Damn.
I can't pronounce their maiden name, but it's Vivi and Cobra. That her dad's name is Cobra.
That's rad. That makes sense for the Desert King.
Oh, whoa!
King Cobra. That's cool as hell. I like the flavor of sand. Love you, One Piece.
Flavor of sand.
Yeah, let's talk. Okay, now, okay, so that's like leading up to them like finding Crocodile and interacting with Crocodile. Which also, I like at one point they're ping ponging between different like cities in Alabasta, and like they get to one and they're like, oh, this is the this is the base of the Baroque Works agents, right? This is where the rebels. This is where the rebels' base is. So they get there, Yuba. They found Toto, and Toto's like, nah, the rebels aren't here.
Well, you can help me
They've been-
dig. You
they-
can help
they
me
were-
dig.
They're actually in the town that you just came from, opposite of this town, almost, kind of. And then they're
I
like,
mean,
fuck,
who-
we got to backtrack through the desert.
Why? He's like, why do you want to do that when you can help
And then
me
Luffy
dig?
just kind of gets fed up and is like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Let me just go fight Crocodile.
He's getting so fed up. I was,
He was like, fuck this political intrigue. Fuck the rebels.
It's
fuck
fun-
your dad.
it's great.
Where's this guy that you guys have been promising me that I can fucking fight?
You promised me to fight this. You promised me a fight, baby.
He's like, if we beat Crocodile, that solves all the problems, right? And she's like, I guess technically. He's like, then let's go do that. Like,
It gets to a point during their desert adventure where they kept going between city and city.
Yeah.
That
Luffy's
Luffy's
just like, I'm here to fight one dude.
It's like Luffy speaks for the
He
reader. Why are we walking around the desert?
He literally sits down in the middle of the desert. He's like, I'm done walking around the desert. I'm gonna go. We're gonna leave. Actually,
And to be fair-
he actually like threatens to leave. I feel like.
And to be fair, he
He's
has
like,
a good reason.
He's like, I'm gonna give up on this mission. This mission's dumb. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, I came here to fight a fucking pirate lord.
and here we are going between.
We've just been walking around a desert for like 3 days.
It seemed pretty. Yeah, it was getting kind of tiresome, and they're not really doing anything. It's about time Luffy said what everyone's thinking, and that he should kick Crocodile's ass.
Yeah. I also like I like the Karoo, the duck. He gets his own squad. What is that chapter called? Hold on.
I don't remember but the Duck Squadron.
It's
Why are there ducks in the desert?
First off, is it here? No, it's not here. Is it in this one?
The one where he's running across the desert. It is probably when they first
Fuck,
port.
I think it's in 20.
No, go to. Was that 19?
No, it's in 20 because it's after he meets back up with the king, because that's when they send the ducks to go help.
Oh,
So
I
think
thought you
it
were looking
is
for
in
the part
20.
where they give Karoo they let Karoo go on a solo mission.
No, yeah, they give Karoo the message, and they're
they
like,
gave
"Here's
him,
some water. Go deliver this message to my father." And he starts immediately
Drinking
downing
the
all the
water.
water. And Vivi's like, "No, fucking conserve that."
Fucking.
God damn it! And he gets to the king, and the king's like, "Get him water. He's dehydrated."
No shit,
No
duck.
shit. He drank all of his fucking shit right away. I understand Baroque Works' plan right now. It's kind of convoluted, but I get it. They literally just crashed a giant arms ship into a city.
Yeah, they're the boys. Pretty much, you're just trying to cause civil distress.
Well, Crocodile wants to take over the town for the military might of it all.
He's trying to take over the whole country.
Yeah.
He's promising these people statuses.
I guess I'll say that. These islands don't feel like countries. They feel more like towns to me. I don't know why. I know that there's multiple towns in this country.
Yeah, you got Rain Base, you got Yuba, you got Alabasta. Oh, that's the country, Alabasta.
Where did they get stuck at? I don't understand Nico Robin's fucking ability at all. The
Don't-
blossom technique
She could just spread her limbs
from anywhere,
anywhere.
including other people's bodies and surfaces.
Yes.
How do you beat that? I mean, I'm sure I'm going to find out, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of limitations to it.
Is it a scary? That's me. That's me when I read JoJo.
That's scary. Yeah, in JoJo's when there's a new stand type I don't get, I'm just like, this is spooky.
They're not gonna defeat him, and then Araki makes up a new rule, and then they get beaten.
I like how they got caught in the cage.
The VIP.
They're running down the hallway, and it's VIP to the left, pirates to the right, and they run directly into Crocodile's jail. With what is the kind of metal that they use?
It's sea stone.
Sea stone metal, which disrupts Luffy's gum powers
And smokers.
and smokers, and also somehow disrupts Zoro's blade because he can't cut it
I think it's just strong.
because he has that magic blade. He has at this point he has
It's not magic. It's cursed. It's
No, go into that character. Go into that character right now. It's not magic. It's cursed. It's different. It's not an enchantment. Kind of
Christian
is.
did this little
You joked me.
backward.
I was taken aback by you fucking correcting me on that because, yeah, fuck you.
It's not cursed. It's
What's the difference? What's the difference between curse and magic?
well, you see, magic. You do it.
Mm. But what's the curse on that blade again? It just cuts whatever the wielder wants it to.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so the sea stone somehow disrupts that because they mention it because they're like, just cut your way out of here, and he's like,
I think it's just a stronger
Now
metal.
Sanjay can't kick. Well, I kind of understand Sanjay not being able to kick out iron bars, kind of, but not really. And let's be honest, Usopp.
Yeah, Usopp can break it open.
No, Usopp's kind of useless. Mr. Three's the boy though with that wax key.
Yeah, you saw that wax key. That was the boy
came in
right there with
clutch.
the
I
wax
sealed
key.
myself in a big wax ball.
Little did Crocodile know.
if I was anyone in that situation outside of Luffy and Usopp, because they're probably morons, I would just look at Mr. Three and be like, "How did you not suffocate inside the big wax ball?" Presumably, you were in there for hours. I know. No, I know. I'm a nitpicker like that, though. But I like. God, I like that they just got caught in that cage like that.
It's
so dumb.
It's like you said that it's mostly a comedy than a actual.
Yeah, I also like. I like when Smoker, they save Smoker, and he's like, Zoro, why did you save me? There was no you didn't. There's no strategic advantage to saving me. And Zoro's just like, I did not want to save your ass. I would have let you drown, but my captain told me to save you.
First of all, I don't like you. Second of all, fuck you.
Third of all, Luffy said to save you, so fucking get out of here, loser.
You fucking
loser.
And then Smoker's like, I'm done with my job.
Yeah, Smoker. The Navy rolls up and they're like,
Smoker, we got all our fleets ready to go. What do we do now,
like,
Smoker? He's like, well, now that I got
He's like, chase them, but I'm tired.
Like, you guys chase them.
I've had a long day. I've had a really long day.
He had a long trip. He went all this way to chase Luffy.
He did. We totally skipped over because I didn't have them on me because I already gave them back to you. But we skipped over them going to that one like shopping island where Jolly Rod. What's his name? Rogers. What's his first name? It's not Jolly. Can't be.
Gold Roger.
Gold Roger. That's right.
His hometown.
No, where he gets executed.
Yeah, his hometown.
They go to where he gets executed, and Luffy gets up on that thing. And he's like,
everyone's like, get down from there.
Look at me! I'm gonna be the king of the pirates.
He's just up there like, whoa, this is what the king felt like, and the police came. Like, sir, please get down from there. What are you doing up there?
Fucking Buggy shows up for revenge with what was it? What's her name?
Alvida.
Alvida shows. Yeah, Alvida. Hot Alvida.
Yeah, hot Alvida. Not ugly Alvida. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got confused. Ugly Alvida shows up with Buggy.
Yeah, not
Hot Alvida is when we first see her.
Yeah, hot Alvida. That is.
But like they show up and like. it's fucking that entire, and then Zoro meets a chick who kind of looks like his childhood best friend,
but it's also not.
Yeah, and that's why he can't fight her. Like he runs away from her every time they interact.
Isn't it cute?
It's kind of weird.
Isn't it cute?
I get it, but I don't understand. I guess I need to see more of their interactions to see how it's going to develop Zoro as a character.
Give it a second, bro.
Oh, dude, look at this bleach sticker.
Look at that bleach bump. Look, you want that?
I'm gonna take this. No, this is collectible. This is. I'm not gonna do that. Well, I wouldn't do that to you.
I'll do that to you. No.
There's no stickers in the books that I give you.
If there were,
there's coloring activities in these that you give me, and
I know you're tempted. I saw those coloring books in your room.
I bought a pack of colored pencils, but I'm just not gonna go for it.
I heard that's what kids back in the day used to do for their Naruto books, because one of our comic book stores, when I was trading in manga, he was just happy that I didn't have a bunch of Naruto books like he usually gets. Like all these shitty Naruto books that kids draw in, like color in. Like that's what I usually get. So he was very pleased when I showed him my diverse, stuff to sell.
Hell yeah! Didn't you lend out a manga to someone when you were a youth and like they colored in it?
No, I never had that problem before.
No, I thought that was a story you told me. I think I have a friend who like lent out a manga to someone.
That sounds like something that would happen to a person, and I feel bad.
That sounds like a thing that would happen to a person.
No, it just sounds like something that sounds so like a familiar story.
Next time someone's having a conversation with me, I'm just gonna say something that vague in response. That does sound like a thing you just said to me.
That is a word that you just said that coming out of your mouth right there.
Yeah. Ah, man. I'm so excited to keep reading One Piece.
Yeah, I'm glad you're really liking One Piece.
I'm glad you're loving Moon Knight, right? That's what you keep telling me every time we hang out. You're like, man, I just cannot put this book down.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Every time I watch that first episode of you saying, you got to read that in a week, and I'm like, I'm not, and it's great.
You're about-
it's
you're
about half.
almost-
It's been like what, half a year now.
No, no,
That's
no.
what it feels like.
We've probably been. I think we've been on this crusade for about maybe a little under a month, maybe a month exactly. You're almost halfway through it. That's pretty, And I'm about a fifth of the way through all the volumes that I can borrow from
I think
you.
I'd rather just watch Black Adam again.
What we're gonna talk about Black Adam.
Let's
today?
talk about Black Adam for a second. Here's a hot take. That movie is not that bad.
Here's a steaming hot take.
Here's a normal take.
That movie sucks. I hate that. I don't hate that movie. It should have been a Justice Society movie.
It should have been.
It should have been. It should have been a Justice Society movie. Dr. Fate and Hawkman should have been the leads because they were the fucking highlight of that film. The Rock took a big fat shit of a performance on that film. Like half of the frames that The Rock are in are memes already. Fucking, we in our group chat somebody sent fucking The Rock flying after the Intergang bike.
Yeah.
But it's
With Poochie.
Poochie.
They put
It's
Poochie.
Poochie progressing the time.
I think it was the creature.
It was the creature.
from
He did do that. That guy is talented.
You're right. That
man.
movie is bad.
I don't,
But
yeah, you were like, because you watched it. We watched it in the
I was
theaters.
watching it like before
And
we
the-
did this.
Yeah, and then I was like, I watched it again today, and you were like, oh, I'll watch it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna save you the time. Don't. And then I came over to your house to come here, and you were like, I'm watching it, and you're right. It's kind of not great.
but it's still like I just want to say
Why
it's
couldn't
not the
he-
best. It's not the best.
Remember when he died and did the Nirvana cover pose in the water?
He
at the
escaped
end of-
jail,
He escaped
and you're
jail.
like,
He
"Whoa."
escaped jail and he's swimming up. And
He's
he just
swimming,
like-
and then you see him
he's just-
floating to the top like a dead
His
goldfish.
arms are just out. He's just limp.
after that epic
Dr. Fate's like, maybe the world doesn't need a white knight. Maybe sometimes it needs something darker. Maybe it needs you, Teth Adam. And then it just cuts to fucking Black Adam just unconscious in the water.
He's just floating in the water. He's just dead. Oh man, that
Like, you
was
should
a,
have
that was a good
sacrificed
Dr. Fate
Hawkman,
moment.
Dr. Fate. Oh, every Dr. Fate moment in that movie is really good.
Dude, every Atom Smasher.
He grabbed that bag. He was like, "You have the crown of Sabak."
the crown of Sabak.
He's like, "You got the fucking crown of Sabak." That's crazy. This is the new mission. Fuck,
Hey, fuck this Atom
fuck
guy.
this Black Adam guy. What's he doing but liberating a third world country? Like,
Well, it's just You're right. It's not a good movie,
what about
but there's a lot of good,
that? It
entertaining
is
things in it.
fun.
I just don't
It
like.
is a fun, colorful movie.
What really irks me is that people. I guess it's just Twitter is doing it to me because I guess Twitter's opinions are bad. But like every time I see people talking about this movie on the internet, they keep claiming it's the worst DCEU movie, which is not true. I still stand by that.
Suicide Squad is probably the worst.
I'm always
one.
teetering between Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
We're talking about the
it's
original Suicide Squad, not the James Gunn.
Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. The first one.
You say it's Suicide Squad?
Well, yeah, because the James Gunn one is called The Suicide Squad.
No, I'm saying like, do you think the Suicide Squad's worse? Because
No, The Suicide Squad is fucking fantastic. I think Suicide Squad.
Is there the original Suicide Squad movie? Are you saying that's the worst DC movie?
I'm saying that's the worst one for the scene where Amanda Waller's helicopter crashes, which is about the third helicopter crash in that movie.
Classic.
And like it crashes, and her like briefcase spills out, and there's that fucking file
That says
in the red.
top
it's
secret,
a red
please
file,
don't
and
read.
and stamped in giant black bold letters across it. It says classified.
Classified.
Yeah, or it says like top secret.
Yeah,
and,
something like that.
Like Deadshot looks over at it, and obviously in slow mo because it was Suicide Squad. Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Yep. So in slow mo, he looks over at it and he's like, oh, and he picks it up and he finds out like all the, whatever.
I don't even remember what he
I don't even
finds
know what the
out.
fuck is in that
What
folder.
was so
I just
important?
remember that the folder was top secret, and that's not what a fucking top secret folder
They
would
needed
look like.
they needed a scene. They needed a part in the movie where the group is sad and all hope is lost. So let's put
they
in this
can-
fucking like dumb file that Amanda
They were
Waller
never
forgot to
planning on
look at.
freeing us. Blah, 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 blah. Let's all go get a drink.
Yeah.
Fucking hate him. Yeah, that movie sucks.
Then in the next Suicide Squad movie, when they had a drink, it's actually a cool scene of them getting together and actually getting to know each other.
Eric, you got to read Kingdom Come, man. DC Kingdom Come.
Why?
Do you know about it?
No. You know what? This is probably going to be the third time you explain it to me, but please enlighten me.
Well, so James Gunn on Twitter, he like posted a picture of like the Kingdom Come Justice League lineup, which is it's basically just the Justice League, but they're all old because Kingdom Come takes place in the future where they're all like old and half of them are retired. But basically, it's just kind of like this story about how like Superman, like there's like the new like there's more and more metahumans coming out, and like being a superhero is less and less about like honor and protecting the peace and like standing up for what's right, and more about like becoming a celebrity in the eyes of the public. And there's this like new Superman-esque hero, like he's the strongest in the new generation, and he like takes this weird team of heroes to go find Parasite, because Parasite like I think he like killed someone or something.
All right,
And
Parasite.
they chase him through like Kansas or Idaho or somewhere, and they're like in the middle of a field, and Parasite rips open like Captain Universe's fucking suit or something, and like causes the entire like Midwest, like all of the states where most of America's food production basically irradiates the entire like area.
That's my boy, Captain Universe.
Causes like a famine and shit. Like Light Ray has to come down and fucking like suck up a bunch of stuff. And Superman, like before that happens, like that's kind of the kickoff for like the storyline. But before that, Superman like tries to stop like the new generation guy who's like up and coming and like people love. Like I think he like killed someone or something, and Superman tries to take him to court for it, and Superman loses the case. So Superman just fucks off and like goes and lives in a simulation.
And that's what
He
happened.
gives up on humanity.
Yeah, and then shit happens.
And then shit just kind of gets out of hand.
Dude, what happened? Is that what happened?
It's like it's kind of like a Civil War story.
What about
like,
that fucking little tweet?
Superman starts like gathering a bunch of people with Wonder Woman to like go up against these guys and like put them in prison. Like he just starts putting he's like, if you don't play by my rules, I'm putting you in prison.
That's
like, if
pretty Superman.
If you don't play by the classic superhero rules,
so you're
going to this weird superhero like prison.
Would you say
which isn't a prison? It's more of like a school to teach you how to be superheroes. And then Batman is like, that's fucked up. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna take you down.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it's another Superman is evil storyline.
He's not evil so much as he's given up on humanity. And he thinks that the only way to like solve the problem of the metahumans who are like out of control is to give them an ultimatum, and if they don't agree with that ultimatum, to put them. It's not really. It's like a prison, but it's more kind of like this.
Yeah, a concentration camp.
I'd say like conversion camp.
Conversion. Oh no!
To be better superheroes, to convert them into being superheroes who don't kill people.
I mean, they're
you know
both
who builds
pretty bad.
you know who builds the prison?
Fucking Baxter Stockman.
Because he's not a DC character. Guess again.
Oh man.
We both love this guy. He's a new god.
Dude, you telling me that my boy Vermin Wunderbar made that prison, boy? That's awesome.
No, who do you think would be the best person to build a prison?
Glorious Godfrey.
What about an escape artist?
Ooh, you talking about the new Mr. Miracle?
I'm going to punch you in the throat.
The second Mr. Miracle?
No, he gets scot-free to build the prison for the superheroes because he's an escape artist, and he's like, if anyone can build a prison that no one can escape, it's you, Scott.
Does he do it?
He does. Well, I think people escape.
Does he have the beard?
I think Batman sieges it. He looks a little different. I think he has the beard. I'm not sure. I'm gonna reread Kingdom Come, and then I'll let you borrow it, and then we can talk about it.
Isn't Mr. Miracle like dead in canon?
Oh, you're talking about the Tom King Mr. Miracle? Like
is that
he's dead?
canon? Is that main storyline stuff? I don't understand the storyline.
I'm not too.
Who cares
keen on
about
the
that?
continuity
You
of DC.
just read a single run.
I saw a tweet today from DC that says this is the new dawn of DC, and it's just Batman with Dr. Fate's helmet on.
That's so lame.
Why is that lame?
Because Dr. Fate needs a Dr. Fate helmet, not Batman.
Who's Dr. Fate?
Who's ever next?
So Batman would be Dr.
How can
Fate.
how can Bruce Wayne be Dr. Fate if he's Batman?
People can be two things.
Whoa! Stacking powers.
People can be two different things.
Well, anyway, yeah, go check out Black Adam.
Watch that movie. 100%
watch that movie and
pirate it. Whatever you got to do.
Hey, stop.
Should I not encourage people pirating Black Adam?
The Rock needs money too, dude.
The Rock needs money too.
Okay, did I mention that? That's like the one they should have gotten somebody else. The Rock? No.
I think it was.
I feel like it would have
think
helped
was,
the movie 100% more if they had a different actor.
I think it was like I got excited when I heard it. I think it was good casting. I think the problem is that The Rock is too big of a star, and his ego got in the way of letting that film actually be a good film.
You heard that shit? He didn't cameo. He didn't want a cameo in Shazam 2. What the fuck?
Because I think it's because he thinks Black Adam is a bigger character than the Shazam. But it's like no, like you're literally the Shazam foil. Like that's who you got signed on to play.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it could be wrong info. But he literally
Yeah,
said
I could be putting
he
misinformation
said when
out
they
there.
said if he said he didn't want to be in the post credit scene because that's like I know I'm in the big leagues. I'm like, are you trying to say that Samuel L. Jackson in those Marvel cameos is not a big league? Like
I don't think that's what he's trying to say. I think what he's trying to say is I'm not a walk-on role for another, which is like a slap in the face to Henry Cavill because like
yeah, and Zachary Levi or whatever his name is.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited to see what James Gunn does with the DCEU.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to see what
I'm
the
not
Straw Hat
excited.
Gang does.
I'm not excited. He fired Supers, man.
But that's because I think if he does Kingdom Come, he's going to need an older Superman. He's going to need like an older, like Batman in Kingdom Come is like a decrepit old man. He has like an exosuit that he wears to fight.
I guess so.
He has an exosuit that he wears to move around.
Who else has an exosuit?
Who?
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger. I think. I'm sorry, you just brain farted me. I guess we should end it right there now.
Because I want to go read some One Piece. I'm excited. Yeah,
I'm gonna take a nap on this table right here.
No, you should start Moon Knight.
Oh my god, dude!
The first run. You're there. You're here. You're gonna get his.
If this first page does not hook me, on the
get
get-go.
Yeah, why don't you read it right? Yeah, read the first page right now.
At the
Start
first
here.
page. Okay, at the dawn.
You don't have to read it out loud if you don't want to.
All right, give me a second.
But while he does that, folks, I'm gonna say thank you for listening. If you're listening, we appreciate you guys so much. We're working on a lot of different stuff moving forward, and we hope to see where this goes. How's it going with that over there?
Look at those cowboys on horses.
They're not. Those are. I guess they technically are cowboys.
Oh,
yeah.
this is a Moon Knight time travel? I'm not even looking at the words now. I'm just looking at the pictures. Look at them go.
I'm not even fucking reading this shit anymore.
Look at that shit. Like, who needs words anymore?
That's his arch nemesis.
Is that Rand?
No, that's Bushmaster.
That's the Bushwhackers?
That's our boy.
Why does that helicopter have two cockpits?
Why is it V-shaped?
It's a V shape, and like each end is like a cockpit. Why do you need two pilots to
All
two
right,
cockpits to fly? Anyway.
Yeah, but again, appreciate you guys for listening. We will see you on the next episode. I think my goal for you is to get through 10. Let me see how many are there on the back.
Oh man, you go.
Just get through one line. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Read those 7 before we do another recording, and I will read. You only brought 4 for me today. When we go back to your house, I'm grabbing another 6, and I will read up to 30 for One Piece because I'm gonna get through One Piece. I'm gonna do it. So next time you guys see us, I'll have so much more to say about One Piece. Eric will have so much more to shit on about Moon Knight.
I'm excited for that.
And maybe I'll shit on Black Adam some more or the DCEU. If you guys liked listening to the podcast, please share it with your friends and family. Tell everybody about it and leave a review or a comment or a like or whatever kind of thing that you can give us feedback on whatever platform you're listening to. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time here on Planet Zero.
Bye.